everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Aisha, and if this is your first time stopping by, please subscribe. So in case you can't hear the pitter patter in the back, it is pouring rain in New York right now. Like literally the worst weather you could think of. Cold, rainy, not a vibe. So of course I am staying home because there is absolutely no reason to go out today, and I was thinking of what video to film this week, and I remember a few weeks ago I mentioned in a vlog that I wanted to share my perfume empties with you all because I typically share perfumes that I wear anytime I'm getting ready, going out, but I've never really sat down and just showed you what I think is worth purchasing, what are my favorite perfumes, what are the best performers. So I am so excited to share with you all my favorite perfumes. I love smelling good. I love smelling anything that smells good. I love candles. Like, I'm very much a fragrance person because I think that fragrance carries a lot of memory. Like, when you think of your favorite vacation, or sometimes you just smell a perfume, it takes you back to a certain time in your life. It'll take you back to that tropical trip you took, or it'll take you back to maybe a winter night, like something like that. I just think that fragrance carries a lot of memory, so that's why I love perfume. Of course, I love to smell good, but I also feel like it creates memories. Yeah, we're gonna go through all the perfumes that I love. A lot of these are empty bottles because I've used them a bunch. A lot of these are ones that I've repurchased, so they're my second or third bottle. And some of these are my first time purchases, but when I tell you it will be in my collection every single time, it absolutely will be. Like, these are perfumes that I feel like I cannot even live without, and I can't believe I've lived this long without them. So I'm gonna link all the perfumes down below. I'm also gonna try my best to describe the notes. I'm not a fragrance expert, so this is all really just based on the kind of notes that I like. All right, so enough chit chat, let's get into some perfumes. So the first perfume, I feel like if you watch my videos enough, if you watch my vlogs, you know exactly where this is going. You know exactly where this is going. If someone told me I had to get rid of every single perfume that I've ever owned, forget that I ever existed, and I had to pick one perfume to wear for the rest of my life, this would be the one. Like, that is how much I love this perfume. Anyways, I'm literally dragging it out. So this is Delina exclusive. Let me let the light focus. This perfume, oh my goodness, like when I tell you, I have never received so many compliments from a perfume. I have never bought a perfume that has lasted as long. When I tell you I could smell this days later. I wash my hair minimum once a week, so let's say I wore this on Monday. On Thursday, I'm still smelling this in my hair, which is literally crazy to me. Like, I just feel like the fact that you can smell this even on my clothes. Whenever I'm doing laundry, if I wore something on Monday and I'm doing my laundry on Sunday, I can still smell this perfume on it. It lingers. You walk down the hall, people will turn heads. Like, this is a turn heads perfume. If you don't want attention, I'm telling you, do not touch this perfume because you will be asked every single time, what is this? Where can I get it? Who's smelling this good? Like, this is definitely one of those perfumes that is not quiet at all. Like, you are gonna smell this. It is so, so beautiful. So if you're into rose, you're gonna love this one, but this is the perfect rose because you're probably gonna hear me say this a lot in this video, but rose is one of my favorite scents, but it's also a very tricky scent because I've bought rose perfumes that I assume I'm gonna love because it's rose, and it ends up just smelling like old lady on me. Like, I don't know, it just smells too powdery. It's not done right, at least for my body chemistry. And yeah, like, rose, I think it has to be done perfectly, and I've only ever bought a few roses that I feel like has been done correctly. But if I had to compare all of them, this is the one that I think was done the best. So it's rosy but also warm. So if you're into vanilla, you're gonna love this as well. It has a very warm vanilla scent, so the floral brightens it, but then the vanilla brings it down to this warm, very cozy scent. Like, it is just so beautiful. It's so feminine. This gives, you know, bougie woman. She knows what she wants. She's sophisticated, she's soft, she's feminine, she's all these things. This is that perfume. But it also has oud in it. So even though it's rosy, it's warm, floral, it also has a little bit of spice to it, which makes it perfect. I think that's what makes it feel so mature, because typically roses are fun, they're vibrant, they're energetic, but then the oud, the amber, it's a little woody, the spice, all of that makes it a lot more grown and mature. So this, I think, is just the perfect, like, this is the perfect everything in a bottle. I just think it could work for any occasion. I wore this for my birthday dinner, very sophisticated dinner, wore this. I wear this to work if I'm having a big event or something. Like, this is just a perfume that I think is worth every single penny. I'm not gonna lie, the reason it took me so long to buy this is because of how pricey it is. Like, oh my gosh. I went to, what was it? I think I bought it from Saks. I went to Saks Fifth Ave, and I had to stand in the store for a second. I'm like, how badly do you want this? how badly do you want this? But then I smelled it and I'm like, okay, this is gonna be worth it. This is gonna be something you're not gonna regret. And when I tell you every single day that I've bought this, girl math, I feel like I'm getting my cost per wear out of this. It gets me compliments everywhere I go. It lingers, it projects. It's just such a beautiful scent. And yeah, I could probably talk about this perfume the entire video, but yeah, if you have been thinking about jumping the gun, you know, you have this on your wish list like I did and you don't know if you want to buy it, I'm telling you, you won't regret it. At least ask for a birthday gift, an anniversary. I don't care what you do to get this, just get it. Like, it's so good. But yeah, anyways, moving on to the next one. So the next perfume, I think I've been wearing this perfume for at least 2 years now, maybe even more. This has to be this might even be, okay, so this will be my second full-size bottle, but I've also bought this travel size a couple of times. So I think I bought it twice or 3 times travel size and twice full size. So you know, this is fully in my rotation for perfumes and I cannot recommend it enough. So this is Princess by Kilian. Let me twist it, hold on. Yeah, there we go. So this is Princess by Kilian and I think this perfume just screams girly, fun, flirty. So you know, everyone on TikTok, I'm just a girl. This is I'm just a girl perfume. Like, if you could bottle that energy up in a perfume, this would be it. So if you love sweet perfumes, this is for you. So I know one of the top notes is marshmallow, I believe, and also green tea. So I know when you hear marshmallow and green tea, you're gonna be like, does that really make sense? I don't know. Marshmallow green tea, I don't get it, but I'm telling you, it works. So this is an example of a perfume that does powdery perfectly, because again, powdery can easily come off as old lady. It can come off as a little too mature and a little too grown. For me, like, again, I'm just a girl, so that marshmallow just makes it so sweet. It makes it warm. Again, if you're into like those sticky kind of scents like caramel, vanilla, marshmallow, obviously this has marshmallow, but if you're into anything sweet, decadence, you're gonna love this. But I think the green tea freshens it up, so it makes it not too sweet. Like, it gives it a little bit more energy to it, but then it also has a little bit of spice to it. So the spice, I think any perfume that has spice to it instantly, for me, makes it more mature, because anything that doesn't have spice to it, it can come off as a little too fruity, a little too childish. I don't know if that's the right word to use for it, but anytime something has spice to it, it instantly just feels more mature to me, or smells more mature. So again, if you're into sweet perfumes but you want something a little bit more sophisticated, this is gonna be that girl for you. The next perfume is an empty, and this perfume kind of surprised me, because when I first smelled it, I loved it, I bought it, but then I like, it wasn't something I was picking up constantly, and I started doubting myself. I'm like, did I buy this for no reason? And then it's like one day something just switched up. Like, I don't know I don't know what happened, but before I knew it, I was wearing this every single day. I was wearing it to work, I was wearing it on my days out with my girls. Like, I was just wearing it. I wore it even at night, like if I was going out at night, and I just couldn't get enough of it, to the point where it is now an empty. So this is Gentle Fluidity by Maison Francis Cardigan, which I could never tell if I'm pronouncing his name right, because, you know, my French is kind of lacking. Yeah, this perfume is so sophisticated. Like, I just think this is the perfect grown vanilla. Like, if you're looking for a spicy vanilla that doesn't smell too woodsy, like it doesn't smell like cologne, but it does evoke that like, ooh, feeling in you. Like, I think when I first smelled this, that's what made me buy it. Any perfume that can evoke any kind of emotion out of me, like to the point where I'm like, like, that was amazing. Like, any perfume that can do that is already, like, I know it's gonna be a hit for me. So again, this is a grown vanilla. So if you like vanilla, if you're into a woodsy, spicy scent, you're gonna love this one. But because it's so sweet, it also makes it feminine. So it isn't too spicy to the point where, again, it's smelling like a cologne if you're looking for something more feminine. So it's not gonna be the one that kind of stings your nose. It's a very soft, like, ooh, spicy. It also has amber in it, so I can really pick up the amber notes in this. I love amber on my body chemistry. Amber just makes the perfume very syrupy to me. So again, decadent, like if you're into those caramel kind of scents, I think amber instantly is going to be something you love, because I find that a lot of caramel vanilla scents automatically have amber in them. I just think those notes complement each other really well. But it's also musky, so it has that scent that really lingers on you. Like, even when you're projecting warmth with it. This is one of those perfumes. Again, one of those that's a bit expensive. Like, you might have to close your eyes to buy it, but I think, again, if it's like a gift, if it's something you're treating yourself for, a special occasion, I think it's definitely worth asking for. And yeah, this just, like, it's even making me want to order another bottle right now. Like, I just love how sweet it is. Like, it just does something to me. Like, it's just is what you need. So the next perfume, I purposely put this one directly after Gentle Fluidity because I don't know if this will be a hot take. Maybe people have already said this, but honestly, I would consider these like cousins. Not exactly a dupe, because again, I'm not a fragrance expert. I can't be throwing around, you know, big accusations like that, like this is a dupe, go buy this. But I find that when I hold these next to each other, they kind of remind me of each other in a way. Like they have very similar notes, and I even looked up the notes before this video and I'm like, oh my goodness, this makes so much sense. They do literally share a lot of the same notes. So this is an Arab perfume actually, which probably one of my only Arab perfumes in my collection. Well, not anymore because it's an empty now, but probably one that will always be in, like one that I'll always repurchase. Like it is amazing. So this is Casablanca by Swiss Arabian, and this perfume, again, really surprised me. So I blind bought this, which I'm not really a big blind buyer for perfume. I typically, like, I'm that person who'll go into Saks, who'll go into Nordstrom, Bloomingdale's, wherever, and I will sniff every perfume. I'll have the samplers, I'll have the little, you know, perfume paper where I'm smelling. Because I think perfume is an investment, so if I'm gonna buy something, I want to be sure that this is something I'm gonna get every single drop out of, which if you see a lot of these perfumes, very much got every single drop out of it. But I wasn't sure, so a lot of TikTok creators would post this and they're like, this is amazing. A fragrance content creator that I look up to, love her content, trust everything that she says, Fumi Monet, she is constantly talking about this perfume. Like I remember for months I would see her constantly putting this up. Affordable Arab perfumes that you need, this is it, this is it. Like she kept bringing this one up, so something told me, especially because it's affordable, this wasn't something that was an investment. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take the leap, I'm gonna order this on Amazon, and we're gonna see what it gives. And instantly when I ordered this, opened it and smelled it, like again, this is one of those perfumes that evokes something in me. Like one of those perfumes where I smelled it and I'm like like it kind of gives you a feeling, and I feel like any good fragrance should do that. It should absolutely make you feel like, it should give you a feeling. It should make it feel like I can't live without this, and this is one of those that did that for me. So the reason I compared this to Gentle Fluidity is that it's very sweet. Like it's a grown sweet, it's very syrupy, decadent. So the top note for this is caramel. So if you like anything syrupy, if you like sweet, if you like warm perfumes, you're gonna love this one. But again, it also has a little bit of spice to it. Anything that's spicy, I automatically think night out. But then again, the sweetness makes it also friendly for the daytime. So I put the notes side by side and I realized that they actually share a lot of notes. They share amber, it's woodsy, they're both sweet, they're both musky. Like they have a lot of complementary notes. So I'm not saying this is a dupe, but if you don't want to buy the Gentle Fluidity, I feel like this is a close, maybe second or third. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe you have to smell to tell me, but I really feel like they're close. Like again, they share similar notes. So if you don't want to go forward and buy the super expensive version, I think this is very much a safe option. And in case I didn't say that already, I don't believe that a perfume has to be super expensive for it to be worth it. I've smelled a lot of $400 perfumes that I'm like, why is this priced this way? This does not smell good at all. So don't think you need to break the bank to smell good. There's so many great options out there, even Zara perfumes, Arab perfumes, there's so many affordable options. But yeah, this is definitely one of those that you can wear in the daytime, you can wear at night. It does project, you're gonna get compliments on this. I even got my cousin, I think, to buy this because she used to smell it on me all the time and be like, what are you wearing? I remember wearing it to Thanksgiving dinner, I think, and my family was like, what are you wearing? This smells so good. Like this is one of those perfumes that will perform well but won't break the bank. It's mature, it's sweet, it's fun. Like such a good perfume. So the next perfume was also something I didn't fully have on my list. I walked into a store, smelled it, and instantly was like, this is the one, wrap it up, it's going home with me. So this is Jo Malone English Pear Fria, and I've smelled Jo Malone perfumes in the past and a lot of them just never did it for me. So I didn't ever expect to love one as much, you know, to the point where it became an empty. But I don't know, like I went into the store one day. I was actually at the Hudson Yards Mall. I may have even vlogged that day. I probably did. It was like 2 summers ago. And I went into the store. I just wanted to smell their options. I was interested to see what, you know, what perfumes they had. Wasn't even looking to buy one. And this one, again, like any perfume that could make me get some kind of feeling, like, ooh, I'm usually leaving with it because a lot of perfumes don't do that for me. Sometimes the perfume will smell good, but it does nothing for me. I'm like, okay, it smells good, but I don't see myself wearing this every day. So this one, I consider it my everyday perfume. Like, this isn't one I'm gonna wear to dinner at night. Yeah, I wouldn't consider this like a date night kind of vibe. This fragrance is very feminine. You know, the girl who has her stuff together. She's really sweet. She's nice, has good vibes, energy. Like, this is one of those perfumes. And I even wore it one day, or I let one of my best friends borrow it, and she loved it so much. And she came back to me another time and was like, guess what I bought? I bought the English Pear Fria because of you. Like, this perfume is definitely a beautiful fragrance. So like the name insists, pear and freesia, it's fruity and floral. So I consider this a summertime, springtime, warm weather, you know, fresh, it's clean. Like, this is, again, the perfect perfume I would say to wear to the office. If you're looking for something that isn't too beast mode, like it's lingering, something like an oud, for example, would probably be a little bit too much for an office setting where you're all in one cubicle, you know, but this is definitely very friendly for just being in settings, you know, maybe running errands in the daytime. Again, I'll just wear this sometimes to go out with my friends, go out for lunch or brunch. I'll put it in my bag, reapply it throughout the day at work. Like, it is just very much a sweet, feminine, soft fragrance. It also has notes of rose in it. So again, I love rose. I even got my initials engraved on this at the Jo Malone store. So if you want to be extra like me, it was free. You can do this too. But yeah, again, this is very much everyday, working girl, running errands, fresh, sweet, floral, something that's gonna be very practical. Like, you're gonna get your money's worth because this is something that you can wear every single day. So as you can see, I'm putting perfumes, anything that ranges from really expensive ones to really everyday ones, and this is probably one that I wear pretty much every single day to go to sleep, to go to the gym. This is just my go-to perfume whenever I want to smell good. So this is the Brazilian Crush number 40. So the top notes for this are black, amber, plum, and vanilla woods. I love how this smells. It's a perfume mist, so it's not something I would wear, let's say, to dinner, even just to wear out for the day. Like, this is more for like staying in, for going to the gym. Like, anytime I'm running errands, I would put this on. I just love how it smells. So again, vanilla, big vanilla fan. I love everything vanilla, so it has that very warm scent to it, but it also has amber in it. So amber, again, is very syrupy, makes it decadent. I love amber and vanilla together. I just think they're the perfect pair. It's also a bit musky, so you wouldn't expect, I think this has to be like 20 something dollars. Like, you wouldn't expect it to have such complexity, like so many layers to the notes for something of this price. Like, you just wouldn't expect that from a 20 something dollar perfume mist, but I just really love how all the notes were done so well together. It's a bit spicy, it's woody, it's musky, it's floral, but it also is warm from the vanilla. It is just, again, one of those that you can wear every single day. I love wearing this to go to sleep. Like, I just love when my pajamas smell like this. Again, it's my gym perfume too, so I keep a travel size version of this in my bag, and I'll just spray this on before my workout and after my workout. I first started using this maybe 2021, and I'm still using it to this day. So I think this is definitely worth it. It's my favorite one out of the entire line. I think they have a lot of great perfumes for such an affordable price, but this is the one that just does it for me. So we're almost through all of my favorite perfumes, but this one was gifted to me, I think, for my 23rd birthday. So wasn't something that was ever on my list, wasn't even thinking about it. And honestly, till this day, it's still one of my maybe top 3 complimented perfumes. So I would never forget the day I was wearing this, summertime, New York. I was literally walking probably around Madison Square Garden or something like that, 34th Street. If you know the area in the summertime, it's hot, it's crowded, it doesn't smell the best. And I was wearing this perfume and a girl chased me. Like, she literally chased me down. I'm not kidding. Like, she was behind me and I could hear like little like someone running up after me. And she's like, excuse me, like, I'm so sorry if this is weird, but what perfume are you wearing? She's like, whatever you're wearing, literally tell me now. She also told me it was her birthday, so I guess she was looking for a perfume to buy to treat herself for her birthday. And she's like, what perfume is that? She literally let me type it in her phone. Like, we're in the middle of Manhattan, I'm typing in her phone what perfume it is. And she's like, yeah, like, I just really need whatever you have on right now. So when I gave it to her, she's like, thank you, it's my birthday, I think I'm gonna buy this today. So yeah, I have never had an experience like that at the time. Like, when I bought this perfume, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, this wasn't even one that was ever on my list. It was a gift, and it is just literally one of my top performers. So this is Lancome Idol. As you can see, it is now an empty because I used every single drop of this. Like, I think this perfume literally took me by surprise. So again, top notes is rose, but a rose, of course, that's done in a way that isn't too mature, that isn't too powdery. Like, it's just a very soft, feminine rose. And I would consider this perfume spring in a bottle. Like, when I think of this perfume, spring, summer, warm weather, flowers, happiness, you know, being outside, the sun is hitting you, the wind is blowing through your hair, like that's what I consider this perfume. I just think it is so beautiful and feminine and soft, like truly a gorgeous rose perfume. So again, the top notes are rose, but it's also musky. So that muskiness brings a warmth to it. So it's like a warm rose, but without the vanilla. Because I feel like a lot of roses that are warm tend to have a vanilla note in it, but I don't think there's any vanilla in this. It's those musky notes that makes it feel or smell a lot warmer. So this is definitely a projection perfume. Like, I remember I would be in, you know, meeting or office spaces at work and people would be like, who smells so good right now? And it would literally be this perfume. Like, this is the only thing I was wearing for like a good year, I think, or at least for a whole spring and summer season. I didn't touch any single perfume but this one. But it also has citrus in it, which again, I think that's what makes it feel so vibrant. Like, this is just such a fun, energetic, but also mature perfume to me. Like, I can still smell it right now, and I think this was an empty. I finished this some time ago, and the smell of it is just still so beautiful. Like a very, almost like a little bit spicy rose, but also warm and fun. Like, it's fresh. It's for every day. I would wear this more for the daytime. I think I mostly associate like fresh floral scents with the daytime. So this is something I would wear to work. I'd wear to run errands in the daytime. In the summertime, I would go out with this. But yeah, I think this is so beautiful, and I'm so happy that I got this as a gift. I also even have a travel size of it that I didn't finish. So once the weather starts getting warmer, I'm definitely pulling this back out because I love how it smells. I think it's so beautiful. And yeah, we just love us a good rose. And speaking of rose, the last perfume, of course, is a rose perfume, but one that definitely surprised me because one, the price point is like, so I first smelled this with my coworker and I assumed it was something super expensive, and she's like, no, like this is not an expensive perfume at all. This is Rose Gourmand from Zara, which I've used Zara perfumes in the past. Some of them are great, some of them are but like this has to be one of the best ones I've ever owned from there. So I originally even bought a small bottle, and look how quickly I'm even running through it. Like, I think I'm gonna have to go for the regular size next time because I just wasn't expecting to love this as much. So I would say over the past month or so, this has been the one I wear every single day. Like daytime, even nighttime. I also mix this sometimes with my Delina because again, it's like a rose, but it's a rose vanilla, and then this one is like a rose oud kind of. Like, I just think this is such a beautiful perfume for the price point. Like, literally mind blown. So again, those top notes are rose and vanilla. So literally my two favorite notes ever. It's like they got married in this bottle and now they're the perfect pair, and they just make sense. So yeah, I love how this perfume smells, but it also has amber in it. So again, adds to that very syrupy, woodsy scent, but it's also very mature. Like, it's mature for the price point. I think this bottle was like around $17. And even though I ran through it pretty quickly, it's because of how much I was spraying it, because of how much I love it. Like, I was using it in the daytime. I would use this at nighttime. I would reapply this throughout the day. Like, I didn't expect to go through this as quickly as I did because it is just so good. And I also get compliments when I wear this perfume. Like, I remember getting into the Uber and the Uber driver was like, oh my gosh, whatever you're wearing smells so good. And this is the only perfume I had on that day. I didn't mix anything, none of that. But yeah, it's also a little bit powdery, but again, done in a way that doesn't make it too mature. Like, it's very feminine. Like, I think that's what I would consider this. A feminine perfume, projects well for the price point. Like, this projects very similar to a lot of the expensive perfumes that I have. Obviously, it's not gonna last all day. Like, if I put this on at 9 a.m., I'm probably gonna have to reapply, let's say, middle of the day. But it takes me a while before I have to reapply this. Like, this isn't something I'm reapplying every 2 hours. I would say I only reapply it maybe one other time in the day, like closer to the end of the day, for example. Like, I just think this is very much a top performer. This is something that you need in your collection if you love rose, if you love vanilla, if you're into florals, if you're into musky, warm scents. Like, you're gonna love this one. I'm actually gonna put a little bit on right now because it's just it's so good. Like, this perfume really surprised me because yeah, Zara does their thing though. Like, when it comes to perfumes, no one can say anything about them. They're honestly so good with dupes too. Like, I just think they know what they're doing when it comes to perfume. And again, you don't even have to break the bank. Something about this perfume. There's a reason I saved this one for last because it's definitely the one I would say that really surprised me, more so for the price point. And yeah, like, I would really compare this to a lot of my more expensive ones. So those are all the perfumes I would say over the past 2 years, or even some of them recent, have just been in the rotation, wearing them every single day, at least once a week, sometimes multiple times a week. I love these perfumes. I think they're so worth the price. And again, some of these are as low as $20 and some of them are definitely, they're gonna hurt your pockets a bit, but it's worth it. I promise you, I wouldn't lead you astray. I wouldn't tell you to go spend your money on something that's not worth it. I think if you're trying to build a solid collection and if you're into rose, vanilla, sweet, very mature and feminine scents, you're gonna love these. If you're not into any of those scents, maybe this video didn't resonate with you. Like if you're a woodsy, spicy girl, this video may not be for you. But in general, if you're looking for just some top performance in your collection, I really think all of these are great options to start with. And as much as I love watching people who collect perfumes and have like 200 perfumes on a case, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so cool, like I'm literally looking at all the perfumes. Personally, for me, that's not really, or that's what I've been moving away from. Like I lately have been really sticking to a few perfumes in my collection, enjoying them, using them. Like I have so many empties in this video, and once I'm done with them, I then decide if I either want to repurchase that or make room for a new perfume in my collection. So I really think you don't need, like if you see those videos and you feel discouraged, like I want to smell good but I don't have the funds to do all of that, you really don't have to break the bank. You can buy a couple that you really, really love and that's it. It becomes your signature. It becomes the one that you really resonate with. It becomes the one that creates memories, and that's perfectly fine. So I'll be linking all these perfumes down below. My camera is about to die, so I'm gonna quickly end this outro, but I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions about any of these perfumes, and definitely check the description box for the links, but I will see you all in my next video.